Hi everyone, this is Dave, the Abstract Investor. Today I'm going to look at the charts for light crude oil futures, ticker symbol CL1 exclamation point. Before that, I'm not a registered financial advisor, lawyer, certified professional accountant, or real estate agent. The content of this video and all other videos on this channel are thoughts of my own and do not constitute legal, trading, investment, or financial advice of any kind. Investing carries many risks related to the decline or loss of capital. Do not invest any capital unless you understand and accept those risks. If you need financial advice, please contact a certified professional accountant or a registered financial advisor. So here's my charts for oil. On the left side, you can see where it's at right up to today, September 3rd, 2024. And over on the right is a previous spot within the charts where I've recognized the pattern repeating. So you can see where I've circled the blue tops and then counting back 1, 2, 3 points. Counting back 1, 2, 3 points. Through COVID, the price of oil went down to nothing. In fact, on the futures market per barrel, it went to negative $40 at one point before shooting straight back up. Because it did that, I actually don't think we're going to go as low with the correction that might be coming. But it also, you can see this kind of chop from above the at the blue circle here at the peak down, and then this chop right here. We don't have that on the chart from today, and I think that's because back here in the chart, oil, the future price never went below, well, $10 was as low as it went. And like I said, it went to negative $40 a barrel on the futures market during COVID. So anyway, we don't have quite the same pattern, but a very similar pattern regardless. You can see I've drawn this circle here on the low before it corrected and then went up and up and up, which is scary to think about because it's at $70 a barrel today, and I expect that we'll see between $62 and $55 a barrel. If it goes lower than that, then I mean, it is what it is, but I don't expect it to go lower than $55 a barrel, but I'll plan accordingly when we get there. I actually hope that I'm wrong about this particular chart pattern, because if I'm not wrong about it, then that means oil is going to drop, which when you think about it typically means the stock market is going to pump, which I have also predicted in other videos. And then when the stock market reaches its top and oil has reached its bottom, the reverse will occur and the stock market will begin to crash, and oil will start to run up. And I don't know how high it'll go, but from what you can see between these two patterns here, even if here in the chart it ran up, let's see, over 300%, and if it came down to $55 a barrel and ran up even 200%, that would put us to over $165 a barrel. So, yeah, makes me a little bit nervous to see this in the chart. It's something that I've been holding off on doing a video about because it is so serious. With that in mind, you can see on the right side here, it actually did take from the bottom of the triangle and then it gapped down and then before it bottomed. This took, let me see, it'd be September. So this took over a year before coming down here and then having this spike up and then coming back down and resuming to the upside. So and that's from previously in the chart. If we looked at it today and kind of measured out the same thing, I mean, we'd be looking at maybe August, September, October of 2025, maybe even after that some, depending on how quickly this pattern plays out. But I think you have at least a year to get your house in order. Now again, not to try to incite fear into anybody, that means that you have about another year of the stock market moving up. And I've noticed today on a bunch of the financial news outlets for all of us retail investors, we have articles coming out that are talking about buying the dip opportunities, and that might not actually be wrong. I've got a CNBC video here where I'll play it for you and then we'll talk about it.
It does take us to our talk of the tape. The ugly beginning to
we won't play the whole video, but just some of it.
Here. Let's ask Adam Parker. He's the founder and CEO of Trivariate Research, a CNBC contributor. He's here with us at Post Nice. Good to see you again.
Always good to be here.
You've been warning us, I think, for weeks here, that maybe the market was a little too optimistic. What is this about today? Anything? I mean, you can't make a whole leap over one day, but it's an ugly start to a typically bad month.
You know, I could argue I'm a little surprised this didn't happen 2 or 3 weeks ago, a little bit. You know, the recovery from August 5th was sharp. I see a bigger than normal inconsistency. The Fed, what's in the price is 8 cuts in the next year. If we have 8 cuts, I got to assume that means the economy's slowing, unemployment's rising, yet the earnings estimates haven't moved lower at all, right? And I think at some point you have to, I don't have to true all the way up, but they got to close the gap a little bit. And so I think people...
This is an important point in the video because personally I think the financial media for us retail investors is meant to steer you in the wrong direction and create confusion. And you can see these technology companies here all down 9%, 8%, 8.5%. This is a way to incite fear into retail investors and to get you to sell out of your existing positions right now. My thought on this is, if I'm right about this, then stocks, the stock market, including technology stocks, are they still have more room to the upside to go, at least for the next year. Maybe a little bit less, but again, I'm just trying to guess at how quickly these patterns are going to play out and move. They don't measure the exact same from different spots in the chart to today's patterns. So if anybody thought that, oh well, you should just be able to measure out from over here to over here, well, that doesn't mean that it's going to be the exact same on today's chart pattern. And I've found that to be true on all of these different charts that I've gone through. So anyway, I had originally created a video on the channel for oil, but I didn't get into explaining any of these other things, and I thought that I should take the time to do a little bit more explanation on this particular video because it's a very important video, and like I said, it actually makes me a little bit nervous, and I hope that I'm wrong about this particular chart. But yeah, if I'm not, and we do see some interest rate cuts and stocks rally and oil decline, then I think that'll last for approximately 1 year, and then we will be seeing a reverse, and oil will begin to rally, and stocks will take a sharp tumble. And yeah, important to position yourself accordingly. Again, this is hopefully not information that's going to cause anybody to make any decisions or change anything in their existing portfolios today. This is information in advance of what could be to come, and you should think about it and interpret it that way and position yourself accordingly if that's what you choose to do. I have no idea what it will take to get oil down to below $60 a barrel, but I'm sure there'll be something there. This also causes my mind to race to things like the presidential election in the United States. I know Trump is big into oil and gas, and that might be a potential narrative for when that comes, if he is successful in being reelected as the President of the United States. People might say, well, that's the reason that we just got this other run-up, but I'm telling you this in advance that it's already baked into the cake, and it won't matter who the successful presidential candidate is. These patterns play out regardless of politics. Politics can influence them, but these patterns play out regardless. So it's just how it looks. Sometimes it makes it look a little bit different depending on what's going on in the world and what's going on in politics and the economy. That can impact small changes, and well, not even small changes, can make large adjustments within these patterns, but ultimately these patterns find themselves repeating from what I can tell. So anyway, food for thought, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks.